It's all in front of you tonight. It's all in front of you tonight in Orlando. I know it's not a must-win game. We could finish it out on Sunday. I'd rather be in Boston. I'd rather be in Boston Sunday starting our series against the Celtics. But it means you got to finish it out tonight. There's a lot when I look at this Cavs team about this game meaning just a little bit more. When I think about the frustrations I've seen with the Cavs, the injuries, we'll talk Jarrett Allen. He's supposed to try to give it a go. That doesn't sound extremely optimistic. I need to see that mentality, that killer mentality tonight from the Cavs of going out there and saying, we are going to find a way to win this basketball game. We are going to go out there as maybe the more talented team. That's how I felt about this series when it comes to the Cavs. But go out there and finish this on out. It might not go perfect. They're going to go on runs. You got to find a way to get stops. I don't care how it looks. Finish this out tonight. You are the better team. You should have. Well, Banchero's been playing well. You should have the best player on the floor tonight. Should have most of your complimentary players. I'm going to need Strus to step the hell back up again. Garland's got to shoot. Mobley's got to rebound. A little something, please, from Marcus Morris / George Niang. I don't care who. Ryan's out on George Niang. Fine. Marcus Morris it is tonight in the rotation for the Cavs. You have got to find a way to close this out tonight. Will they? How you feeling about it? We'll get to that. We'll discuss the center field issue with the Guardians last night.
No, it's more than center field, Matt.
It's two guys right in a row. It's the catcher and the center fielder that we're having problems with right now with the Guardians. We'll talk about that. We got some Browns to sprinkle in. Time hop, grid, morning update. And we got a giveaway on our social media to get you geared up, ready to go for the Guards. We got it all for you right here on a beautiful Friday edition on Big Play. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Matt Fontana. He is Ryan Tyler. Dude, let's go. We're only 11 hours away. Oh, no, sorry, it's 7 o'clock tonight. 10 hours away. Let's go. Got to wait all day, man. I feel the excitement, as we all should, for a potential closeout game tonight for the Cavs. And that's truly how I'm getting ready for this game tonight. We'll talk a little Jarrett Allen. We'll discuss some of the other players that we're going to need to have step up tonight. Find a way. Find a way to get a win tonight. You've had a really good look at who Orlando is. This series has been slop. This series has been some bad basketball, followed up by some worse basketball. And I really do think that Tuesday night was the best game, right? And, of course, it was the closest game, and it went the Cavs' way. So if I try to grab onto something, which you might be calling me loon, but when I think about even playing field, so to speak, and the Cavs being what I thought was the superior team, I'm going to grab more on Tuesday, right? Because, again, I think the 4 games prior were just a little sloppy and a little bit of a feeling out process. And I think when I look back on it now, kind of bigger picture, maybe we should have known this going into the series, you have 2 young, inexperienced playoff basketball teams. That's what this series has looked like. That's what this series has looked like. 2 teams that kind of don't know what the hell they're doing, right? And we try to do what we do best, and they try to do what they do best, and home court advantage certainly is obviously massive. And again, when we talk about inexperienced teams, that's where the home court comes in. All that aside, tonight, I'm not trying to, we got game 7 to worry about it. I need the Cavs to show up and say, we're not losing this game tonight. If it takes Donovan Mitchell, who I know is injured and not playing great, not playing to his full potential, I should say, if he's got to go off for 40, I don't care what it takes. I don't care what it looks like. You have got to win this game tonight. This is a must-win game. And we put our Twitter question out already of just call your shot. Do you feel like the Cavs are going to win tonight? And that's been another debate that we've had or discussion that we've had with some of the people about how they felt about like this team, right? And there's been some negativity. There's been some, you don't feel great about the team. I understand all of it. I get it. We need to set that aside. And like I asked the fans to do on Tuesday, rally around. For the people that are negative, shut up. I'm just kidding. And get into it tonight. We're on the road. How much of a factor is being back on the road for you, Ryan? Like when you look at, obviously this series has gone chalk for the home games. I talked about the inexperience of the teams. Like, is that a real concern of like Orlando's probably going to be comfortable? Before you answer, before Ryan answers, I want to give my take to maybe sway his answer there.
It won't, but go ahead.
Okay. I think the pressure for Orlando, knowing that this is a must-win game for them, almost cancels out the good feeling that they would have of being back at home. You get what I'm saying? Like, where before they're like, all right, we're back at home, we'll get back into the series, things like that. Now the pressure is squarely on Orlando. They wake up this morning, they're ready to go for tonight, going, well, it was a must-win game for us, or we go home. Now the flip side could be, if they lost tonight, I still think Orlando Magic fans and the organization would probably still feel good about where they're at, right? This is a step in their process of the rebuild. You've seen your star player in Paolo Banchero take steps forward. You feel really positive and confident about his game. You almost feel like you're in a no-lose situation because they're in a different spot than us. They didn't enter the playoffs discussing a coaching change and discussing their potential star player leaving or what moves they're going to do in the offseason. The Cavs and the Magic are in extremely different situations, extremely different ones. Now, again, there's inherent pressure on the Cavs tonight, knowing that everybody asked them to win a first-round matchup. I said in 6. Well, okay, tonight's the night then. There you go. So the expectations certainly fall on the Cavs. So maybe I got to tell you, Ryan, I'm shooting down my own, not helping myself, my own cause in this, because here I am sitting there saying, like, this might all fall on Orlando, but there's a lot of pressure on the Cavs, but also I feel like Orlando might not have as much pressure as I'm trying to make it up to be.
Yeah, no, it's just the fact that we're yet to win a road playoff game under JB Bickerstaff.
I know, isn't that crazy, man?
That's like, you can't ignore that. Like, you can't be naive to the fact that that's a real stat, as mind-boggling as it is. I do wonder, though, like, we talk about the Magic right now. If they were to go and lose this game, whether it went to 7 or even if they lose in 6 right now, nobody in Orlando for a second is going to feel down about their team.
No.
And even the fact of, I think Paolo Banchero has been the best player in this series. You can maybe make an argument. Would you agree with that?
No, I would say consistently. And you talk about the most valuable to his team. Like, imagine where Orlando would be without. Now, the thing is, see where the Cavs are at, even with Donovan Mitchell limping around and not being himself. And I'm not blaming him. So, like, dude, he's hurt. I don't know what to tell you.
So what do you think the flip, though, is from last year? Everybody was so disappointed they didn't make it out of the first round against the Knicks. No way around that. What do you think the flip is that now Magic fans, even if they lose to the Cavs, we're talking about, oh, they look at the season as a success? Well, do you think it's they have a younger core than we did? You're talking a new head coach.
You're almost talking about how we tried to rationalize losing to the Knicks. How would they rationalize losing to the Cavs? Because you're right, the Cavs have not looked good in this series at all. I guess I would just lean back on, this is your first playoff run in 5 years. This is the core group that they believe the Magic are going to have for this run coming up. This is a part of the process, Yeah,
I mean, and to be fair, the Cavs against the Knicks, not for a second did they look like the better team, but there's been stretches where the Magic have certainly looked like the better team.
That's another great point. There is time where I'm like, that's about as good as Orlando is going to get. I will tell you, in 5 games of this series, I've not seen a game where I go, yeah, that's the best the Cavs are going to look. I've seen spurts. I've seen little, 5-minute stretches within the game.
We've seen halves.
And I go, yeah, that's the Cavaliers team. And I think it does come back with Mitchell not being right. He's not. There's no way that he is. And maybe after the season, whenever that is, they'll divulge more information on that. I look to the other guys. A big guy for me tonight is going to be Darius Garland. Can he keep finding his shooting? You saw a little bit more out of Max Strus, which was great. Whether Allen plays or not, do you think he goes? Yes, the best we got yesterday from JB was he's going to try to give it a go. He did not practice yesterday. He just went through his rehab and trying to get that rib right. I think you got to put him out there. And whether it's you start him and see how he feels, you say we're going to actually put him on the bench and try to bring him in at moments. I don't know. I'm going to say this because I think it's a factual thing. And it doesn't mean the Orlando Magic are dirty. It doesn't mean that they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing. But you, me, and everybody know he's got a busted up rib. They are going to take, if Jarrett Allen is on the floor, they're going to post up the Wagners, Isaac, Wendell Carter, and they are going to try to get after Jarrett Allen to disrupt that rib.
It's like when he tells in Karate Kid, he tells him to go for the leg.
Go for the leg. Sweep the leg.
What's his name?
What, the bad guy?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Why can't I think of his? I've watched all of Cobra Kai. I should know it.
So you want to know the weirdest thing in the world? Why you brought that up?
Yeah.
Is because I just saw a meme yesterday that Ralph Macchio is now older than Pat Morita was when they filmed. Isn't that just like
that is crazy? What the hell is his name?
I'm looking it up.
It starts with an S, I think.
Johnny?
No. I know Johnny William Zabka. I mean the teacher.
Oh, Mr. Miyagi.
No, Cobra Kai's teacher.
Oh, I don't know. I just pulled it up.
I know.
Daniel LaRusso, Johnny Lawrence,
John
Kreese.
Kreese, that's
Kreese.
it. Kreese, that's it. It's Kreese.
I've never seen The Karate Kid. Now you know how I feel sometimes when I tell you about movies and you say I've never actually seen The Karate Kid. I've seen this scene. I know the scene, the sweep the leg. I know wax on and wax off. I get it. I've never seen The Karate Kid all the way through.
Dude, you have to watch it. That's one of my favorite movies ever.
So,
and I'm not a big fan of older movies.
Ralph Macchio is 62 years old. So he is older.
He looks good, though.
Oh, yeah. But the meme was, if you want to feel old, Ralph Macchio is now older than Pat Morita was when he filmed The Karate Kid.
That's despicable.
What was Pat Morita also in? Oh, he was Arnold in Happy Days. That's exactly who he was. Mr. Miyagi. You know, he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for The Karate Kid? Dude, I did not know that. Good for him.
Gosh.
There was something else Pat was. Yeah,
the remake with Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan. Poop. Absolute poop.
I'm sure
Absolute
it was.
Poop.
Find me a remake that isn't.
Yeah.
Find me a remake that isn't. There's something else from Pat Morita. What is it?
Dude, I cannot believe you've never seen Karate Kid.
I've never seen Karate Kid.
It's so
Never.
good. It is so
Never.
good.
God, there's another movie. There's something else that Pat Morita did. Again, it's got to be. I think it's got to be Happy Days. That's what I'm thinking about. There's another movie. Also, I'm also thinking because they tried to cast him in Tremors, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, and they didn't give it to him. They gave it to somebody else. So that's probably what I'm thinking of. Anyway, I digress. We're talking about the injury. That's how we got started on the fact that I told you I've never seen Karate Kid. The thing is, like, they're gonna get after Jarrett Allen if he gets into that game at any point. Now the question is, you did win a game on Tuesday without him. I think there is a discussion, not for right now, but when Kobe Altman sits down and this is all done, whenever it might be, you have the real issue of the big four that you have and an overwhelming amount of evidence that tells you that the four don't work. Three does. And the combination of the three, I've seen it. Allen with Mobley with Mitchell. I've seen Allen, Mobley, and Garland. I've seen Mitchell, Garland, and Mobley. I've seen Mitchell, Garland, and Allen. Like, that is the issue, is that the four that you have, there could be a really strong case that those four might not be working. Now, I'm not going to be a victim of the moment of Tuesday. Jarrett Allen would have helped you win that basketball game on Tuesday. There's no question on that. But that's something else that even if he did play or limited minutes tonight, it's maybe, I don't want to say it's like the death curse. Like, Donovan Mitchell's out, you have no prayer. We know that. Jarrett Allen, I need him in there, though. Like, I'm not going to go off of Tuesday's game and say, okay, if he doesn't play, it's no big deal. We got the other three. We'll step up. You're going to need other guys. Because the other thing, without Jarrett Allen, right, the other guys in and out, and again, outside of Mitchell, you can find ways to, like, supplement and pick up the roles that those other guys don't. With Jarrett Allen, you got to do it with Marcus Morris. I am so happy of what he did Tuesday. Am I expecting the same thing tonight? Am I going to continue to have Isaac Okoro guarding Paolo Banchero? And Isaac Okoro is an amazing defender. Bro, he's given up 5 inches. That's hard. That's really hard to be an effective defender. Same thing with Marcus Morris. They're smaller. And then lo and behold, what happened? Probably the biggest thing that I take away from Tuesday, without Jarrett Allen, look how many fouls we had to get into. And that happens when you are giving up ground, when you don't have the size to match up with them. Everybody got into foul trouble.
Yeah.
So I look at it tonight. If Allen plays at all, I'm assuming they're going to attack him. They're going to get after him. And I think the same thing would be as if you had an ankle injury or a knee injury. There's a guy out there. It's a little bit, I think, what's happening with Donovan Mitchell. Well, they know he's not right, and they're getting up in his face and getting after it. By the way, speaking of injury, I'm throwing this right at you. What's up with Gary Harris? Because he had a hamstring.
I don't know.
Is he out?
I don't know.
Let me look that up. Your take, sorry.
But you could make the argument that, okay, with the four, with Mobley and Allen both out there.
Gary Harris game time decision, by the way.
Okay. Well, in the 2 games you were in Orlando this series so far with Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley both on the floor, you haven't even looked halfway decent. Right. So then you can make the argument, well, okay, we're going into game 6 since we haven't even looked halfway decent with them both out there. Let him rest this game. Let's just go throw out the one big. We won at home. I know it's going to be harder on the road, but we could say, okay, let's try and close this out. But worst case scenario, we don't. Okay, give Allen a little bit more rest, and then at the end of the day, game 7, you throw him out there because I'm trying to figure out another way to put it, but you looked horrible with Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen both on the floor in Orlando. Yeah. So if you assume that now Jarrett Allen's not even 100% healthy, it can only probably get worse, honestly, maybe. So now you just throw out those 4, throw out the 1 big, try and close this out in game 6, and if you don't, I mean, at the end of the day, you're just going back home and closing it out regardless.
I mean, here's the issue. You're facing a team that actually is probably the worst matchup possible just because they're height. You know what I mean? Like, if you might be able to beat some other teams. You might even be able to beat Boston because they don't have Porzingis. You could probably live in a Boston series. Who would ever thought I'd be welcoming the Boston Celtics?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You could live in a Celtics series without Jarrett Allen. This one tonight with all their that's
why I cannot wait to just get the Magic out of the damn playoffs. Well, okay. I hate playing them. And NBA is the most matchup-based sport there is. Outside, like MLB, no. NFL, less than that. Like you could make the argument that the Cavs are going to go play Boston if they win and look like a completely better team than they have against the Magic, which is crazy to say, but it's true.
It is, and that's the thing about tonight too. Another thing I was going to say: close this out to get to this Boston series. They're sitting around, and I would imagine that they're probably now getting ready for the Cavs. And if they win tonight, then they're ready to go. We have plenty of looks at Boston. They've had plenty of looks at us. I get it. I don't want them sitting around. That's another thing about the mentality for tonight. Close this out. You're playing Sunday either way. You don't get the extra day of rest like Boston. Really, at this point, 2 days extra rest like the Celtics have. The pressure is something else that I want to see about how this team responds. This is an NBA playoff series, okay? It's not easy to do. It's not easy to navigate. A lot of ups and downs. They've learned. We hope they learned from last season. One of the things that I need them to understand is you close this out when you have an opportunity to do it. When you have an opportunity to get done, you're going to be right to Boston on Sunday. Sunday might be really rough. I get that. But you got to close this out tonight. No question. And if they don't, I would still feel okay about the Cavs getting a win on Sunday, but then that changes the next round of series and all that other kind of stuff. I get it. And I'm still holding on to how I entered the playoffs. I just want them to win this series. I just want them to win this series. Whatever happens beyond that, we'll see. I will play it out. It'll be a lot of fun. I want them. I need them. I think they're going to win it tonight.
Okay, so I was about to ask you that. Put aside what you want to happen. For our question, call your shot. You think they get it done tonight?
Cavs in 6.
You truly think they get it done tonight?
I think that's what I said earlier. That's what before the playoffs started. I said this was going to be a 6-game series. It's going to be a 6-game series. Why do I feel that way? I think as it's gone on, I unfortunately don't think Donovan Mitchell has gotten any healthier. But I don't think the knee has gotten as bad as I maybe would have expected it to be. Like I'm going to go back to Tuesday, and he looked all right. Didn't look great, but he looked all right. Then I will add in Darius Garland, the shift, the article from Joe Varden where he said they're showing me wide open shots I'm passing up. Shoot it.
I hope.
Shoot it.
I hope that is really a mentality shift.
I hope it was too.
I hope, and it wasn't just a smoke and mirrors.
It's not me yelling. It's like a gentle nudge. Shoot it, bro. Shoot it, DG. And I think he will. And you're going to laugh. But the fact that you got a little something out of Strus, the fact that you got a little bit of something out of Marcus Morris, a guy that I have been waiting for to show up in this series, and I hope it's tonight, is Karis LeVert. He's the missing man in this whole thing.
He wasn't even good at Game 5.
I am a giant Karis LeVert fan. I love him on this team and for the role that he has. Tonight might be a little 20-pointer there from Karis LeVert. Wouldn't that be nice?
If that happens,
Can
Cavs
I place
win.
that bet on Tipico?
If that happens, Cavs win every single time, 10 out of 10 times.
Exactly. Then the other thing about playing Tristan Thompson, which inevitably I think they're going to do. I think you're staring down the barrel of two things tonight. Either Jarrett Allen's not going to play, or if he does, he's going to be limited.
That's fine. Get on the road. Get Jarrett Allen, or excuse me,
Get
Tristan Thompson in there,
in there,
and get the Wagner twins to shut the hell up.
Well, I'd get him on Banchero. I'd give him a little shot. Just get physical a little bit with Paolo Banchero. That's it. Because let's flip it around. What is Orlando's key to success tonight? Paolo Banchero. And,
Yeah, but maybe if he gets in the post, but he's not guarding up top.
No, not up top. You're right.
No,
He'd be in a lot of trouble up there. But I'm kind of watching this for tonight. I don't know what Banchero's over-under is for tonight. Take the over.
Well, he averaged 22.5 in the regular season. I think he's averaging like 25, so probably like 24.5.
Here's what I think you do tonight. You let Banchero do what he wants. You score 40, that's fine. Let him do what he wants, and you stop Jalen Suggs, and you stop the Wagner twins.
You can do that to a point, but if he's unconscious like he was in the third and fourth quarter last game, you're as good as done.
Right, and that's the runs, too, the momentum swings and things like that. You got to remember, too, you go up 3, and then they hit a 3. That place is going to be raucous. Did Dan Gilbert go buy tickets and not let...
Buy out that whole
stadium.
stadium.
No, it has to be the other way. You have to be the Magic fans, not let Cavs fans go down there.
How'd that work for Philly?
What? I mean, what the hell... We'll get around the league. We're going to do that very soon. I want to go around the league. We got to talk Pat Bev, too. He is going to be in some trouble. Adam Silver better be on the horn with him this morning. We'll talk about that coming up in just a second. But there's going to be swings tonight. You're on the road. But again, I'm looking at a lot of I'm looking at Strus. Insert your laugh there.
That's the thing. I'm not going to insert a laugh there.
You need it. It's not. It really is not necessarily a funny thing. But it's
bad
like
as
you gotta have it.
As bad
man.
as he shot in that first half, and I mean in Game 5, and as bad as it was, and I mean it was awful. I could have made out there and shot one and made it when he didn't. His defense in that first half was so electric. It was amazing, and it was totally a game changer.
He brings the energy, the rebounding.
And then the second half, he started going off.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes with that, you got to get in the flow of the game and then hit a couple shots, and then you're back to yourself. That's all I'm asking for Max Strus.
And I also want to ask you this, because we talk about the inability to play the two bigs and how they struggle.
Sure.
I mean, there's got to be a factor in it that you put on Max Strus. You expect him to be able to make these threes and stretch the floor. If he's
what
not
else
making
is he here to do?
That's what I'm saying. If he's not making them, then no kidding, the two bigs isn't going to work.
No, it's got to be. It's got to be. I mean, that's the thing. When I look at everything that's laid out right now for the Cavs, I'm expecting them. They need some of their role players to step up, and we'll get it done. All right, plenty more basketball. We got our Twitter question up, at Matt Fontana Show. And speaking of at Matt Fontana Show, go drop us a follow there, and you scroll on down, and you will see the Quanbelievable t-shirt that we'll be giving away. All you have to do is go retweet that tweet and follow at Matt Fontana Show. I don't even have it to wear it. I wore my Cavs shirt today. The Quanbelievable. Retweet that. Can you pull the tweet up real quick for everybody just to show them what it is? Yeah, there we go. Here it is. That is it. All you gotta do is find that tweet, retweet it, follow us, and we're going to announce the winner on Monday.
I don't even have that shirt either.
I know, neither do I. Limited edition, I guess. BigPlay.com for all the other merch that we have. We'll give that t-shirt away on Monday. So again, you have all weekend. Retweet that and go ahead. And you know what? I'm going to hit the retweet on it again myself. Get it back out there for the people. All right, retweet, follow at Matt Fontana Show. We'll give that shirt away on Monday. Let's do it, Ryan. Let's go around the league.
All right, Matt. Well,
our association. It's not a league.
Yeah, come on.
National Basketball League, NBL.
The W, like they'd call the WNBA.
The W.
You know, I'm not.
The L, probably not a good idea. The association. Let's go around the association. NBA playoffs. Ryan, take it away.
Already, well, the Milwaukee Bucks are officially eliminated from the NBA playoffs. The Pacers are moving on to play the Knicks in round 2 as they win the series 4-2. They win 120-98.
I was so unbelievably confident that the Bucks were going to cover that. Giannis got close. They didn't. Dame goes in there. I feel bad because the Bucks, that's about what you would have expected. Almost 30 from Lillard, 20 each from Lopez and Portis. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm selling the Pacers a lot short. When you have TJ McConnell just come off and just go lights out. The 1-3 that he brought it up. I think it was late in a quarter, late in the half. I can't remember. And he brought it up and everybody just left him. And he goes, all right, and he just splashes a 3, and it was dead and buried there. Bucks have some serious problems right now. Giannis's health, which again, moving forward, we'll see. Obviously, Dame's going to be there. What are you going to do with Portis, Middleton? I mean, the thing is
they can't run it back.
They just
with Doc,
can't.
right?
They just can't. Oh, with Doc.
No
How much money did they give him,
dude?
What an embarrassment! What an and then you see Doc just standing there like, oh, what's going on? Bucks. I mean, who would ever thought that? If I'd have told you at one point in the season the Bucks were going to bow out 4-2 to the Pacers in the first round. Wow.
No, Giannis
wow.
doesn't surprise
And
me.
dude, again, I have to open my eyes to understand that the Pacers are a good team.
No. Nope.
You don't think so?
No, they just get buckets. They don't play zero defense.
Well,
Without
that's
Giannis,
true.
they're cooked. No.
That's true.
Cavs would have beat them easily.
That's true. That's true. But, I mean, that was, yeah, I'm not a Bucks fan by any stretch of the imagination, but that's a frustrating one. What is Patrick Beverley doing? So not only does he throw the basketball at the fan, then he starts turning and yelling at them. In post-game, I think it was post, he told a reporter that he was not going to answer her question because she didn't subscribe to his podcast?
Loser.
And I know the Pat Bev pod is a popular one. We all know what network they're on. That's kind of what they do over there. All right?
See, that's the thing. I've never listened to it. I don't even know what network it's on.
I don't listen to it either.
What network is it on? I don't even know.
It's on Barstool. It's on Barstool.
Oh, is
it not?
Is
it not?
It could very well could be. I've never listened to it.
I know they retweet a lot of this stuff.
I would never want to listen to that.
Pat Bev podcast on Twitter.
You could be right. I have no idea.
Now you're making me like question here. Pat Bev pod. That's what I was gonna look for. I guess maybe it's not. No, it is. No, it is. That's what I thought. There's a link straight to Barstool.
Yep.
Hey man,
yeah.
I ain't knocking them. I ain't knocking Barstool. But like, and the thing is, with a lot of what is one of the big new waves in podcasting are either the former athletes, where you have the Kelsey brothers, great, but it's the athletes that are current. And why would you listen to that? Because they give you the insight, they give you the juice, they give you the stuff. And I'm not knocking him about setting up a career post basketball, that kind of stuff. But like, what a horrible look. What a disrespectful, bad look that this is from the NBA. And at the end of the day, I'd look at Pat Bev, and the same thing with him throwing the basketball at the fan and this post-game stuff. Man the hell up, bro. You guys lost. Have some damn respect for yourself. Have some respect for the game. And have respect for the people that allow you to do what you do. Namely, the fans that pay their money and the media that cover you to give you the outlet that you have. Have some respect, man. Seriously. And I understand that there's sometimes fans that get what they deserve, right? And there's that clip about LeBron when he walked up and pointed out those kids and said, get out of here. They're talking smack about my son and that. I understand that. And there are some fans that cross the line and deserve to get thrown out. You were playing in Indiana. Did you not think that Pacers fans were going to be behind you? I don't know what is worse. Actually, I take that back. I know what's worse. And it's him saying that to that reporter. Because now you have alienated. Everybody's going to her defense, as they should.
That is truly unbelievable.
It's trash. It's absolute trash. What? A question? dude, and you want to be in the media. In the media, I got a podcast. It's different. No, bro, you're out there, man. That was Bush League. That's absolute bullcrap. He's going to get fined. I don't know if they'll suspend him next season for something like that. That was disgusting. I think that was really disgusting.
We talked about this before we got on the air. I said, if you're that lady who he hit in the side of the head, and I don't even think he meant to hit her. Like, I think that was just somebody in the back that was not even paying attention to it. Are you not suing him for damages? I would.
Well, I mean, there's always that written in on the ticket about your right. That's not like a ball went flying on somebody when diving after it.
He chucked it as hard as he could and hit her in the face.
Right. Yeah, he's going to get in trouble.
Imagine if a fan did that to him.
Yeah. Melinda Adams, by the way, is the reporter that he refused to answer a question. You know what I've seen all morning, Ryan?
He doubled down on it. He threw it again.
I know. You know what I've seen all morning from people talking about Melinda Adams is? That she is one of the nicest, best reporters that you can find. So I appreciate everybody that is coming out there and coming to her defense. Pat Bev ought to be. And you want to know what? You want to know the sad thing is? I still have yet to see an apology from him. That's almost like one of those things. As soon as you do it, you go, yeah, that's my bad. That's my bad. Or is he going to now double down on it and try to say, no, I was in every right. I don't have to. What? Imagine the balls on him. You don't subscribe to my podcast. Seriously, man?
Asking a grown man to back up and apologize for his actions? Come on, it's 2024.
Dude, you want to get angry at somebody? Why don't you go get angry at, I don't know, any of your teammates?
Doc Rivers.
That's... NBA's going to step up. They better step in here. And listen, again, doing this job for as long as I have, there are reporters that will not ask questions of certain players. There's always relationships that are built. There are things that happen, and there are guys that just don't like certain reporters. That happens. But there's a level of professionalism that you got to have on each side. For her to do nothing. And how did he know? Was he sitting there waiting like, oh man, if she comes in here, I'm going to say she doesn't subscribe to my podcast. How the do you know who subscribes and not?
Yeah.
How do you know that? You cared that much? Seriously?
You think, I'm assuming not. Barstool would do anything?
No, of course not. It's Barstool. You know what they love? The fact that Pat Bev's pod is getting talked about all morning. And the same thing, Pat Bev's probably sitting there, oh, no, publicity's bad publicity. All right, bro, whatever you say. And to your point, I can't say I've ever listened to it. So maybe it's good. The only thing I've ever seen of Pat Bev's pod, seriously, are some of the clips. And I think that's like anything. In today's day and age, what it shows, not necessarily ours, because frankly, I don't really care. Like, they want to go viral. They want to go something where it gets picked up. And with these former athletes, what's the easiest thing to happen? They talk crap about somebody, or they give you a little bit of insight, and then it gets all, sent around. Those are the only things I've ever seen in his podcast. That's all that I've ever seen, are just little clips of his show. And again, I'm not saying it's a bad show. I have no idea to tell you if it's good or bad. But it's just pulling that of saying, I'm not going to answer your question because you don't subscribe. You know what you could have said? I don't even know what the question was. Just give a 2-word answer and move on forward. If you are so blinded, and here's another option, bro. Don't talk to the media. You're not Dame Lillard. You're not Giannis, where if you skip media availability, everybody's going to go, oh, man, what's going on here? You could have said that I am so distraught by this loss that I'm just going to put myself in a bad situation here, and I'm not going to talk to the media. Now, what would have happened this morning, Ryan? Everybody would have called him out for saying he ran from the media after he threw the basketball, right? Man up on one front. Either man up and answer the questions that they ask you, or man up and say, I was in a bad spot, I was only going to hurt myself, and I wouldn't have given good answers. I couldn't speak to the media last night. That's how angry I was. Man up on either side.
His PR team about to be working overtime.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm not going to say that this is just going to wash away. Like, I still think that this is going to be something that, people will talk about and it gets brought up and all that kind of stuff. But eventually, time, it'll heal everything. But the thing is, the NBA is probably... I mean, yeah, the NBA is going to step in about the basketball. They're not going to step in about the media. Now, there are fines for not speaking to the media, but he did. I don't think there's anything they can do about the media stuff. They'll fine him. And maybe suspend him. I don't know, for throwing the basketball. You can't do that crap, man. And again, what'd you have last night? 6? 6, Pat? Okay.
That's
All
good
right,
for
man.
Pat.
All right, good for you, man. Good for you. Teach their own.
All right, well, the Knicks are moving on to the second
know
round
it.
as well. They beat the 76ers 118-115 to close out that first round series. Jalen Brunson, another 40 ball for him. Joel Embiid did have his best game of the series. However, it was not enough as the Knicks close it out in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I just think 76ers and Embiid, again, still putting up 39. You know, they got Buddy Hield. I think Tyrese Max. I mean, watching that game, I just felt I felt the Knicks saying we're going to win this basketball game. Like, we're going to find a way to win this game. DiVincenzo's been quite a find there. Could you imagine if that team did have Julius Randle? Like, they'd be really, 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 really solid. Now, that being said, mark this. There's no way the Pacers are beating the Knicks. There is no way that the Pacers are beating the Knicks. I think Knicks in 6, if that, maybe 5. Knicks, because I saw that mentality. That being said about the 76ers, I just think the injuries caught too much up to him. Again, I know Embiid went off, but he was clearly not healthy. Congratulations. You handed one over to the Knicks. Great.
I hesitated if I wanted to bring this up or not, and it might not be a totally fair question because
Sure.
Donovan is certainly dealing with some health issues. That's not a debate. If you would have asked me last year, Matt, obviously people would make the Brunson-Mitchell comparisons because Mitchell had ties to potentially leaving to go to New York. That might have quieted down a little bit, but Jalen Brunson, I don't even want to say has quietly, he's been turning into an absolute superstar here in the NBA.
In New York,
and I
too.
can't help but bring back those comparisons between him and Donovan Mitchell. I don't know if you have anything to say on that or if you have any thoughts on it.
Here's the thing. We have got to, and even us as Cavs fans, knowing the future is a little unwritten here, Donovan has been hurt for a month, and he still is hurt. Will he ever be a superstar? And when I mean superstar, I mean the elite of the elite. I don't know.
But I will say the first half of the season, he was certainly on pace.
Right. You got to look at it big picture, and it's almost borderline impossible to do right now because I know I'm struggling to do it. You try to go back to other games where but it's so long ago, and he's been limping around for a month. Limping around for more than a month, and it's recency bias, and you try to go back to the other games. But the thing is, I mean, it's even relative like Jalen Brunson, right? The question is, can you have a dominant guard? And Jalen Brunson's probably telling you, yeah, you can. In today's day and age where it's all wings and guys that are, 4s and 5s that are stretching the floor, can you still have a dominant guard to help you win championships? That's the ultimate question because we want that question answered with Donovan Mitchell. I think it's tough, again, when I look at it and I just say, he's been injured. You try to look at the whole picture, but you really can't.
It's just interesting to me because if you would have asked me that at the start of this year, I would have said, no way, Jose, not even close. But it was just interesting to me how now that we're almost done with this season, how closer that gap has gotten.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, the Knicks Celtics, if that, in the Eastern Conference Finals, I think that'd do well for a lot of people. They'd be happy with that. But the Knicks' path is very clearly there. So, yeah, I mean, that series, the best series, in my opinion, thus far in the East, as far as good basketball with good results, like a lot of fun to watch. And now we'll play it out for the Cavs tonight and see what happens with Orlando. Hopefully getting that done. Our Twitter question is still up, at Matt Fontana Show. Vote on that. Ryan, quick update, please, actually, if you will.
Yeah, pretty
Calling
close
people,
here.
ask people call your shot for tonight. Or in general.
Pretty close here. Cavs in 6 is leading with 40%. Cavs in 7, 35%. And Magic in 7, 25%.
I love it. Let's talk a little Guardians. Why? Why does this organization have some stick up their butt about moving guys to the outfield? Why? I go back to Carlos Santana. I go back to guys that if you don't have a position on the infield, we'll try in the outfield. I hope Stephen Vogt, which I am just going to sit here and say I don't think that was his idea. Because when I know that there's a trend within the organization,
still his decision
to try to put guys, he's got bosses just like we do, Ryan. He's got bosses that he has to please just like we do. Okay?
What are you saying? You're saying Antonetti came down and said this?
We'd like you to consider this. We think this might be an option. He did it. It went a now, The wheels fell off after the Guardians got smoked last night. It was a close game, so Gabriel Arias dropped the ball in center field. Not an easy ball to track, and that outfield in Houston is horrendous. Why would you put him in center? Put him in right. Put Brennan over there. Now, Will Brennan is at a point now, he is your starting everyday right fielder. You do not take him out of the lineup right now. You can't do it. So you try to platoon Freeman. Lesson learned. And I understand what they're saying. Gabriel Arias was hitting a little bit. Your bat will find you into the lineup. That goes back to Pee Wee. If you can hit, they'll find you a place. Your bat will find you to the lineup. And they'll put you wherever you want. And again, the wheels fell off. Logan Allen had an all right start. And you lost that game.
Well, he was dealing until that's
until that.
Because the second he dropped, then what happened next? You would have got out of the inning. Next batter, they hit a 2-run shot, and it all goes to hell.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You were leading. You're right. You were leading. I forgot about that. You're right.
And right before he dropped that ball in center field, which if you had a center fielder in center field, that ball would have been caught. Before that, the inning before to end it, he almost ran right into Will Brennan.
I know.
And Will Brennan was pissed. I tweeted about it. I said Will Brennan was pissed off.
And if anything, he probably walked in the dugout and he goes, "What are you doing? You're getting me killed out there."
Dude.
Talking to Stephen Vogt. You don't even yell at Gabriel Arias. It's not his fault. I'd go to my manager and go, "You're going to get me killed out there." When it was, dude, watch. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Watching that ball get tracked in my head, I go, get away from it. Dude, talking about Arias. Yeah. And especially, normally, what is the rule in the outfield? Center field calls the shots. Not when you got a guy out there that's never done it before. And that's more on Arias of get out of the way. Yeah. Let him make that play. Because it actually was funny, too. The Astros did that. The Astros had that one come together and they drop it and it falls. Like, that happened. Bro, what a bad idea.
And I understand there was another. It just keep coming place. There's another play. I understand it was a not a pop up, but it was a shallow to the center field, and it was a lot of ground to cover for Arias. But a center fielder would have caught the ball when Rocchio had to go out there and make that basket.
Yes.
Catch. If he drops that,
you got a late break on it. It's because Arias got a late break on it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Again.
No, I'm glad because I thought that was dropping too, and I'm like, oh my god,
Rocchio made a phenomenal play.
Listen, they learned.
I hope
they better have applied what they learned here. I'm done with that crap. And I get that you want to get Gabriel Arias into the lineup. To do that, you got to take out Rocchio. You're going to take out Jimenez. They're starting to do DH more for Jose Ramirez. I don't care, man.
I don't get it, though, because Tyler Freeman is batting the same as Arias.
I hope this was just like, we got to try this and see how it goes. It went horribly. Put that away. But that's where I think it's more the organization than Vogt because they have a history of doing this.
Gave Logan Allen a loss.
Yeah. And you lose that series, okay, you're still in a fine thing. You had damn well better sweep the Angels this weekend. Yeah. You had damn well better finish this thing on out here. You had no business losing to the Angels. You're at home. It's not like contentious right now with the Guardians. That game sucked. That was a very frustrating game. So annoying. That game was super annoying. Mostly because you were in Houston, and I'm just annoyed by the Astros. That series was annoying.
We didn't even bring up the Naylor's pop-up confusion. That was on Josh. I think.
Yes. Anytime a catcher can stay away from the first baseman. Okay, Bo Naylor.
Yeah. You want to have that discussion now?
Okay, buddy.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right, Matt, I'm going to challenge you to give me one thing Bo Naylor does well.
He's supposed to hit well.
I didn't say supposed to. I said give me one thing he does well at the moment.
Got a pretty good T-shirt with us here at Big Play. Got a pretty good T-shirt here with
us. All
us.
right, Bo.
Yeah. I know what happened on that. When he threw it in, dude, he wasn't even close. He just chucked it into center field. It's because the pitch was high, and when you start high, you're just tended to go high.
I understand that, but it goes
Can't
back to
have that.
He's not good on defense either.
The thing is, okay, so here's the thing on Bo Naylor. When they drafted him because he could hit. You brought him up, and there was conversations that I'd had anyway, years ago, about eventually does he turn himself into a good enough hitter that you don't let him catch anymore, right? Eventually, you got Joe Mauer out of there. Adley Rutschman eventually will not be a catcher anymore. You know, Buster Posey did that, and he finished it out, but even he would start rotating first. I get it. Usually when you have catchers, Bryce Harper was a catcher and drafted as a catcher, and they entertained that for about 0.2 seconds. They go, nope, you're into the outfield. Because it's a longevity thing with your career. Catcher is that position. You need guys like Austin Hedges. He is a career catcher. He's going to get beat to hell back there. And if you can hit the Mendoza line, great. You don't have Mike Piazzas anymore. That's not happening. So with Bo Naylor, he was already not a good catcher. And I'm just saying that.
No, he's
now,
not.
when he was in the minors, a lot of the things that I had heard from people was he worked very hard at his craft, that he took that personally when people said he wasn't a good catcher. It's not just the defensive game. One of the things that he really needed to work on in the minors was calling a game. And apparently, allegedly, he had done a lot of that kind of stuff. We have now reverted back. The pass ball
That was
last night,
unacceptable. Talk about
thrown into center field.
Yeah.
I can't have it.
That pass ball, that'll be the quickest thing to piss the hell out of your pitcher.
Now, the issue is, because again, you're right. When you tell a pitcher, you can't spike this in the dirt because I can't block it. That hurts, especially a guy like Logan Allen can't do that. That changes the whole game there. But now you add that he's not hitting either. Because if he was hitting, then we would just expedite the process and go, put him out in center field, right?
That's what I'm saying. And it makes it worse.
Now you got nothing.
That's what I don't understand. I guess maybe it had to reach this point for them to realize that this can't happen anymore, because even on the days that Hedges needs a day off, just start David Fry. He's leagues above hitting above Hedges and Naylor.
The issue is going to be, can you sit Bo Naylor? I don't think they're going to send him down.
Might as well. If he's just going to sit, you might as well let him go get his groove back.
Well, now, you talk about the precipice where the Guardians are at. Kyle Manzardo is not slowed down there.
That's what I'm saying.
You still basically don't have Ramon Laureano sniffing the lineup anymore, but you can't bring Manzardo up. Where are you going to put him?
First base, Naylor DH.
I know. I guess.
It's literally the simplest solution. It's really not rocket science.
But I guess my thing is, does that actually solve something for you?
Yeah, you get another bat in the lineup that can actually hit the ball.
But again, I think I guess my whole point is, the places that you would put Manzardo, I don't have a problem with it, right? You know what I mean? Like, you put Naylor at DH and David Fry at first, I'm fine with that. Like, I don't need him going out to the outfield. If Kyle Manzardo was a catcher, he'd have been here yesterday. If he'd have been a true center fielder, he'd have been here yesterday. But he plays a position that I get your point. You get a good bat in the lineup, that's fine. But I think that puts more on Stephen Vogt about moving some of these guys around. Laureano's about done. They're not playing him for reasons because he can't sniff the lineup. So
but that's the problem. Bo Naylor's unplayable. He's unplayable. He's reached the point.
What are you going to do with
him? What are you going to do? Send him down.
You send him down? Get his head right?
That's what I'm saying. If he's not going to play regardless, send him down. Let him get his groove back.
Well, again, the thing is, there are issues sometimes with that. Because his mentality, and what are you going to say? I don't care, right? You have no choice. You are not helping this club right now. This is the best option that we have, is to send you down. Because the thing is, they've started to sit him now. And it's not a streak of like, we're going to sit you for a week and try to get you right. At that point, you're right. You might as well send him on down. I don't know. I don't know what you do with Bo Naylor.
You have to. You
got to send him down, turn it over to Hedges. We'll see. All right, you want some positivity on the Guardians? Comes from Ken Rosenthal this morning. So he did kind of like a roundup. He talked about the Astros, the Blue Jays. He talked about some teams that he think might be surprise sellers coming up at the trade deadline, the Mariners, all that kind of stuff. The final thing in his article this morning was a little write-up about the Guardians. And he says, and finally, ... Are the Guardians for real? Well, Braves right-handed pitcher Charlie Morton sure thinks so. He spoke to The Athletic Saturday night to David O'Brien and other beat reporters. Morton raved about Tanner Bybee, as well as the Cleveland team as a whole. Bybee and Morton, 7 scoreless innings, striking out 9, walking none, allowed 2 hits in a 4-2 Guardians win when he matched up against Morton. Charlie Morton on the Guardians. Their whole team was really good. I felt like just the vibe over there. It seems like it's a good squad. Bybee threw the ball really well. I thought he was aggressive with his fastball and had really good breaking ball. The slider was really good. He struck out a lot of hitters. So I think that division is going to be there for them if they can stay on a roll. I've got the feeling from them they're pretty squared away. Charlie Morton said he's feeling a vibe with the Guardians. Good. Baseball is that sport, man. It's the family. It's so much time. It's in the clubhouse, all that kind of stuff. But you get on some rolls. The issue is, would you say the same thing after this Astros series? Has this derailed some of the momentum that the Guardians have been on? I sent the tweet about the Twins. And yes, the Twins got fat on some crap baseball teams, much like the Guardians at a point did, and they better get fat on the Angels this weekend. I don't see them running away with this division. But the thing is, I also don't know if I see a lot of really good teams in this division, right? So if you go with the vibe, you go with the feel, that game just put such a sour taste in my mouth about the Guardians. And you cannot live that way in baseball. You're going to go nuts. You will literally go crazy if you hang on every single game that they play.
The positive for me that I really took out of this last week is, yes, the bats have kind of come to a halt. I think that's one of the easiest things. Hopefully you can fix, get back into a rhythm when you play some lesser opponents like the Angels.
Yeah.
But Tanner Bybee his best start. Tristan McKenzie his best start, and Logan Allen had a hell of a start. So I'm looking at that as a big positive, especially if Xavier Curry comes up for a cookie, he starts doing well, and then Ben Lively plays fine. Get that starting pitching room right, I'm fine. I think they're still in a good place.
Sure. And that's the thing. You talk about other opponents, and also, oh, by the way, the Atlanta Braves. A Charlie Morton who plays for the Braves. You think they know a vibe? You think they know a good team? Now, is he doing a little oop-de-oop here? Is he giving you a little bit of praise when you really don't deserve it, trying to hype you up? I don't think so. I don't know, but that was something I was thinking about too. But I'll take the praise. I appreciate it from him talking about the Guardians. So get back on this roll. Get back going. This was wrong. This was not a good series for the Astros. Against the Astros, I should say. You flush that on out. You get it figured out. You got to get Bo Naylor right. And for the love of God, don't put Gabriel Arias back in the outfield anymore.
Dude, yeah. More people are coming out on Twitter about the Pat Bev sticking up for
Well, a lot of people this morning, Ryan, are, and rightly so, for Melinda Adams. And I think seeing ESPN, Schefter's retweeted it. Schefter retweeted a tweet. As a young producer here at ESPN, Melinda has been so great to work with and learn from. She's one of the best teammates you could ever have and is always supportive of creative ideas and one of the top people I trust. This is beyond disrespectful, and we're all in her corner. Good. Pat Beverly should be drug in the mud today for what he did to her. And let alone the basketball thing. Let alone throwing the basketball at that fan. I'm talking about the respect to another human being. And I know we live in a world today where professional athletes view media as the enemy. Through social media, through even just the bajillion different outlets, right? The podcasts and everything, it gets aggregated, it gets told. And the thing I would say is, it's when the athletes start searching for it. You know, you hear guys that say, I stay off social media. You should. You probably should. And there's always negative things out there if you really want to search for them.
Can I play this Pat Bev clip?
Yeah, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll kind of get over that hump, or maybe.
Let me restart it.
Okay. This is him saying he's going to answer a question.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Before I finish.
Yeah.
You subscribe to my pod?
Do I subscribe to you? I do not subscribe.
So you can't interview me then.
What?
No
Okay, well,
disrespect.
Jamal is here.
No
You
disrespect.
subscribe? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Again, there were a couple.
Okay, let me ask.
times
Can you play it again? Play it again. This is Pat Bev after.
in previous games, y'all here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Before I finish.
Yeah.
You subscribe to my pod?
Do I subscribe to you? I do not subscribe.
So you can't interview me then.
Was
No
he trying to be
Jamal
funny?
is here.
You
And he goes,
subscribe?
no disrespect.
No, seriously, was he like trying to be funny?
I don't think so.
There's no way that can be taken any other way than a complete and utter joke, right?
His face is straight as an arrow.
Dude. So wait a minute. Do you want another layer to this?
Yeah.
Why did he ask her that?
That's what I'm saying. It's female.
Why? Seriously. That's disgusting. Dude, what a piece of crap. He ought to be ashamed of himself. And the fact that he went to bed last night, okay with that, without even saying something or issuing an apology? What a piece of crap. Seriously. Wow. Where do you get off? Looking at people and go, oh, do you subscribe to my pod? Sure. Who the do you think you are? You are the 5th best player on your team, by the way.
And that might be generous.
And you're worried about your podcast? Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Dude, what? Yeah.
That's cool. I'm glad everybody's coming to her defense.
Add that of the fact that it was a female, too.
Yeah.
And how hard it is for females in this industry and doing this job. And when you have a lot of powerful women that are stepping up and doing an amazing job of what they do, including Melinda Adams. Dude. You want to know what? Seriously, here's an idea. And I know that they're out of the playoffs, so it doesn't really matter. If I was media, I'm boycotting Pat Beverly. I'm never going to interview him again. Seriously. When he has media availability, seriously, send this out. I'm not kidding. This is a great idea. When whatever team that he's on next year, whether it's the Bucks or somewhere else,
the Shanghai Sharks.
When they are, yeah, maybe that. What's that Puerto Rico league? They got Quinn Cook. I just saw sign a bunch of
Where's
Thon Maker.
Kevin Porter Jr. hooping, right? I think Taiwan.
Is he? Wherever. If he's on an NBA team next year, when they have media day, don't nobody go to his thing. Don't do it. Don't go to his availability. Seriously, they'll have end of season availability, right? When he stands up there, that media room should be silent.
Yeah.
Everybody sit there and he goes, "You got any questions?" Go, "No, Pat, we don't." You can go on. Go ahead, go. Moving on. Just the level of disrespect, man. What did she do to you? What did she do to you? She didn't put up 20 on your ass like Obi Toppin did.
Yeah, how about him being the leading scorer?
Isn't that crazy? She didn't do anything to you, man. And if you cannot disassociate your anger, then don't do media. If you are that distraught after the game, then separate it. Ryan, here in the clip again, I seriously think he was trying to joke.
If he was.
I hope he needs to come out and say that if that truly was what he was trying to do. But then a joke would have been like, "No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead and ask your question." You know what I mean?
Because then he goes on to ask the other part. He's like, "You follow my pod?" He's like, "Yeah," even though he probably doesn't.
That's
like,
the thing.
"Oh."
Give her credit for being an upstanding person and go, "No, I don't follow your podcast." She could have lied. Dude. Adam Silver, he's got to do something here.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's got to do something. He's got to. Like, I'm seeing on Twitter, coward. That's a great way to describe it. Coward. He's a piece of crap. So, but he's got a podcast that has a lot more viewers than us, Ryan. So we don't, New rule. We're not getting anybody that tweets out, "You follow the pod? You follow the show?" Jackass. All right, let's get. I gotta wish they were playing because now I would want nothing more than the Bucks to lose.
Yeah,
but they did. They're done. They're at home. So send him to Galveston. He doesn't get to go to Cancun. He gets to go to Galveston. Oh, Pat Bev, you suck, man. You suck. That was low. That was so low of what you did. It really was. But regardless, we move on. All right, we got the morning update. We'll get to the grid. We got a little bit of time. Do you?
Oh.
Yeah. Come on now. Let's go. That's a mighty big spread there, Ryan.
Dude, we need to see one go through.
I would have taken Cavs money line. Here we go. 3-leg parlay. Lay it out for the people, please, Ryan.
All right, we're going over 23.5 points for Donovan Mitchell.
Gotta have it.
Cavaliers plus 8.5. Excuse me. We need to see one go through, Matt. And then over 3.5 rebounds for Max Strus, who's been an absolute dog on the boards.
Typico. Here we go. Oh, I'm already logged in. Here we go. Loading up right now. Folks, use that code Fontana150 when you sign up. Deposit $150 into your bonus, into your account. You will get 2 $75 protected bets when you do that for new customers with code Fontana150. Sign up. Fontana150 for new customers. Sign up. Deposit $150. Get 2 $75 protected bets, and then you're on your way to the cashback rewards. Where do I sit this morning, Ryan? Here we go. I'm over halfway to a cashback reward again for my 5% parlay. 3% on straight bets with that, and it just adds up for the bets that you're placing anyway. It's right there. All the promotions are going to, so let me look at some of the promotions they got going on. Three's Company. You wager $100 or more in an NBA playoff game, you get $1 back for every 3-point shot made. Earn a $25 bet credit if a grand slam is hit in any baseball game that you're betting on. Updated playoff odds. Bet on a game with 33 or more three-pointers made, you get an extra $10 same-game bet credit. It's all the boost. It's all the promotion. It's all the rewards. It's right there with Tipico. Use that code Fontana150 for new customers when you sign up. Terms and conditions apply. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. We got it all going with our friends at Tipico, including our boost for tonight.
I know Pat obviously doesn't run the Twitter for Pat Bev Pod.
Yeah.
But they have the balls. They tweet after they get eliminated.
I saw
GG's. Unreal, dude.
All right, Pat. Whatever you say, man. All right, let's get to a morning update coming up. A lot of stories. Dive back into the Cavs as well. Get to the grid. Get to time up. Got a lot coming on a Friday. Stay with us. Fontana Show right here on Big Play.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
It's just that's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yap.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You know, saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
How does an Ohioan build the perfect parlay?
Who's got something? Big guys looking for long odds. The kids in Columbus are covering better than anyone, and at even odds. If it's even, I'm leaving. Listen, our championship DVD starts today, all right? Dude, I just got an invite to a Cincy playoff watch party. Shut up. Cincy, State, Cleveland, the perfect parlay. I'm a genius.
For the best odds on Ohio sports, bet with your cojones.
It is Spanish, dummy.
Bet with Typical Sportsbook.
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
Let's jump on to it. A little bit of morning update here on a Friday. I almost said the Friday update. I mean, I guess it is a Friday update, but everyone call it morning update. Got a lot to get to here in hour two. Welcome back, Fontana Show. We're up on Twitter. We're streaming on YouTube, also on Twitch. You can follow us on Instagram at Matt Fontana Show. And speaking of Twitter, we got a giveaway. All you got to do is retweet our tweet from at Matt Fontana Show. I retweeted at Matt Fontana 3. I am ineligible to win, unfortunately. All you got to do is retweet, follow the show, and you could potentially be taking home a beautiful Quan Believable shirt from us right here at Big Place. Drop us a follow there. We got it all for. Ryan's got the stories. Please take it away.
All right. Well, the Cavaliers look to close out round one against the Orlando Magic as Game 6 is tonight in Orlando. The big question is, of course, Jarrett Allen's availability with that bruised rib. No status update yet, but we will get it. I'm assuming it's going to be a game-time decision.
What do you think when JB says he'll give it a go? You think he's going to give pregame a go and see how it feels? You're going to give the game a go? I mean, it's all up in the air. We don't know. Okay. You want to get really down into this, buddy? You want to get down into this? He's got to fly in a plane with a bruised rib trying to breathe. Seriously, somebody mentioned that to me yesterday.
I thought about that.
You know, he's got to get on the plane. And that's not like a lung thing like you've heard of football. But remember Jordan Poyer had like a bruised lung and then they wouldn't let him fly, so he had to drive. Did Lamar have to do that? I think there's a quarterback. Trevor Lawrence. Somebody had to do that in college. I can't remember. Anyway, I digress. But, like, how's that feel when he got off the plane last night? And they were in Orlando last night, so hopefully he got a good night rest and he can get some rehab. Here's probably what happened. They gave him a buttload of treatment before they got on the plane. Flew down there, got off the plane, probably got more treatment, went to bed, woke up this morning, got more treatment. He'll get more treatment this afternoon and then see how he feels in pregame and warm up and see how it goes. There is a little game to be played about not letting the Magic know. You know, I would keep this as guarded to the 2:30 injury report's going to come out. You know what I'm going to list him as? Questionable. That's it. And in pregame availability, shoot around this morning, don't nobody say anything. Nobody say a word. Nobody say anything about whether we think he's going to play or not. We don't know. And see how it goes. I would imagine the pregame workout is going to tell you everything you know. Because the other thing, do we know what side it's on, Ryan? The left or the right? Because imagine like shooting a basketball like that, you know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Getting your hands up, that's going to hurt your ribs. Like, wherever it is, I don't know. If you can get him out there to help for just a little bit, great. But I don't know. Like, there's the future. You got to play the Celtics, all that kind of stuff. I need Jarrett Allen out there. I hope. I'm going to just put it this way. We have been so snake-bitten with injuries this year. Let's get some good news on this. Let's get him in the game for 15 minutes. Don't get him hurt anymore. Let the Cavs get a win tonight, and we move on to take on the Boston Celtics. Is that too much to ask?
I don't think so.
I hope not. That's all I ask.
All right, well, the Guardians look to wash away the stink that was the series against the Houston Astros as they open up a series at home against the Los Angeles Angels. Surely to be favored as, of course, Mike Trout is out for a couple weeks with the meniscus. Actually, probably more like a month and a half.
Yeah, he's going to be out for a little while here. I mean, dude, you got to get right. You have to... You got to get fat on the Angels. Dude, they're 11-20. The White Sox are the only team in the AL that's worse than them. Actually, you want to know something funny? The Astros have the same record as the Angels. They do. But the Angels are in a much different spot. You have really no business losing this series to them. Tonight, you got Bibee on the hill against Jose Soriano, who's 0-4 on the year, by the way. Tonight is a must-win. We obviously did the Cavs here. I'm doing guards. I'm doing guards heavy, man. Minus a run and a half, plus 120. I'm doing that all day tonight. Guardians got to get a win. It'll be fun because they start at the same time, so we'll be able to watch Cavs, we'll be able to watch the Guardians. But, yeah, man, they better sweep the Angels out. They have to.
All right, Matt. Well, the Guardians also announced that former Cy Young winner and Cleveland great CC Sabathia will be going into the 2024 class of the Guardians Hall of Fame. This is kind of interesting, Matt. So the Guardians waited until 1:52 p.m. on May 2nd. Do you know about this?
No, because he's 52.
Well, the timing was not random. In fact, the hour was in honor of Sabathia making his major league debut in 2001. The minutes and date represented the number 52 that he sported on his back throughout his 19-year career.
CC was so good. And I loved Reflog's tweet this morning. Like, don't forget about how good he could hit, too. CC could hit. Won the Cy Young. It's kind of the unfortunate trend. They traded him. Then they traded Cliff Lee, and we trade a lot of guys. I'm proud to say that I think CC is the same way. He's a Cleveland Indian. He's not a New York Yankee. And I don't even need him to, like, give me that answer, so to speak. But I would hope that he would feel more at home here in Cleveland. And I've seen him come back for things. I view him as a Cleveland Indian for life. Won a Cy Young. Unfortunately, maybe a Hall of Famer? I don't know. What do you think?
Baseball's pretty hard. If he had two, I would say for sure.
2 Cy Youngs.
Yeah.
Well, then we get into a Corey Kluber debate.
Right.
There's a lot of people that wonder if Corey Kluber's going to make it. All right, here, I want to look this up. Career.
I think he falls into the same realm of a Zach Greinke.
See, here's the thing. I think Zach Greinke's going to go to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I think Zach Greinke's going to go to the Hall of Fame. All time, hang on. CC Sabathia has 251 wins. He is tied with Hall of Famer Bob Gibson. So this would tell you, here's the list of guys ahead of CC Sabathia, just on career win list, okay, that are not in the Hall of Fame. Number 9, Roger Clemens. We all know why. Number 25, Bobby Matthews. 26 was Tommy John. Tony Mullane was 29. Jamie Moyer, 35. Jim McCormick, Gus Wahey, Justin Verlander, who will be a Hall of Famer, and Andy Pettitte. Those are the only guys ahead of CC Sabathia. He is 48th all-time in wins. Career strikeouts. 3,093. Ooh. So he's got 251 wins and 3,000 strikeouts.
I'm sold. Put him in.
I think he might make it.
You got to get him on the pod.
Oh, I'd love to.
How sick would
Do
that
we have
be?
a line to him? CC Sabathia is 18th all-time in strikeouts.
Put him in. Put him in. Put him in.
18th all-time. Again, the only ones ahead of him not in the Hall. Roger Clemens, Scherzer, and Verlander, who will be, and then Kurt Schilling. Those are the only guys on the strikeout list.
I'm sold.
I think he might make it.
I'm sold.
I mean, you want to know the other thing? I believe that we are entering a lull in Hall of Famers for baseball because you got a lot of the early 2000s guys still kind of mulling around a little bit. And then eventually you will get to like locks of like Ohtani and Trout. Bro, those are way far down the road. Let me look at this. He's obviously eligible. 2024 MLB Hall. Or no, 2023. MLB. Wait, is he not on the ballot yet? I don't think he's on the ballot yet.
How many years do you have to be removed?
5 maybe? Oh, he's not eligible till next year.
Okay.
Yeah. Ichiro and CC Sabathia will lead the group of players who will find their names on the Baseball Hall of Fame ballot for the first time in 2025. This is from Bleacher Report. Suzuki is the only new eligible player. Next year will be a lock, very clearly. And they said CC is the only other option worth consideration in the new group for next year. Adrian Beltre, Todd Helton, Joe Mauer, Hall of Famers. Okay. I'm trying to look for 2025 people. Like, he'll go in. Sorry. 2025 MLB Hall of Fame ballot. Potential, okay? You still got all these retreads, right? Billy Wagner, Andrew Jones, Beltran, Rodriguez, Omar, Manny Ramirez, Jimmy Rollins, Mark Burley, Andy Pettitte, all that kind of stuff. Guys that'll be on the ballot for the first time in 2025 with CC Sabathia. Ichiro, he's in. Dustin Pedroia, Ian Kinsler, Felix Hernandez, Troy Tulowitzki, Ben Zobrist, Curtis Granderson, Hanley Ramirez, Adam Jones, Brian McCann, Clay Buchholz, Francisco Liriano, Mark Trumbo, Mark Reynolds, remember him? Yeah.
Record for strikeouts. So
I would put it this way, as Bleacher Report kind of said. Each row is a lock, and then it's up to CC. I don't think anybody else really. Maybe King Felix. Probably. You think Felix Hernandez, maybe?
I mean, he was dominant.
You want to know one thing? I'm shooting from the hip here. Did CC ever have a no-hitter?
No idea.
I don't think so. Shooting from the hip here. He did not. 6-time All-Star, won 1 World Series, 1 Cy Young, and won the MVP for the ALCS in 2009. He was a 2-time MLB win leader in the season. Career ERA of 3.7. He's in the conversation. That's all we can ask for. He's in the Guardians Hall of Fame. Congratulations to CC. We love you very much.
All right, Matt. Well, I know you love NCAA news when it comes to money and NIL and all of that jive. Well, a story came out. NCAA could pay more than $2.7 billion to settle antitrust suits, sources say. Sources told ESPN this week that parties have proposed the NCAA's national office, rather than its individual member schools or conferences, would pay for the settlement. The NCAA payments would be paid to former college athletes who say they were legally prevented from making money by selling the rights to their name, image, and likeness.
I don't like the antitrust thing is something that I obviously am not a lawyer, so I don't know how that works. And it's what were they denying? What were they? I don't know, right? Like NIL just came around.
Sounds like people who don't want newer kids to get their student loans paid off because they couldn't.
Right. Exactly. I had to pay, so you got to pay too, right?
I hate that logic.
But I don't understand why. It was the thing in the past. You know what I mean? Like, it's going back to Josh Gordon. And so, hey, well, we rescind your suspensions. For what? Why? It was illegal. You weren't supposed to do it then. You were now allowed. What is it? It was still not right back in the day. Hey, you gave Reggie Bush's Heisman back. Great. What are you going to go back? Because you want to know why, Ryan? If there's money to be had, if there's a free check to get, people are going to get after it. And you'll find a lawyer that'll get after it. I can't do the Tim Misny thing. That's not a shot at Tim Misny. I'm just saying. You find a lawyer, they'll get after it. So if they think there's money to be had, and by the way, there's a lot of money with the NCAA. They'll probably, here's the thing, they'll just settle this. They'll just, clearly, obviously, they're potentially having to pay out billions of dollars. What a mess. The other thing I was reading about was more of the changes to the super conferences and all this other kind of stuff. NCAA's in a weird spot right now, man. I don't think it's a good spot, by the way. I really don't think it's a good spot. They got to get a lot of things figured out, so we'll see.
All right, lastly here in the morning update, I'm going to give you, this is a business. Would you invest or not invest? You ready?
A little Shark Tank.
You ready?
Yep.
So there's a bar in Portland, Oregon. It's called,
I like Portland.
Not the sports bar, Matt. It's called the Sports Bra, okay?
Okay.
This is a place in Portland, Oregon where people like to spend time enjoying food, drinks, watching sports on television, as we all do, but the catch is they only show women's sports events on television.
Interesting.
Now, this is a popular bar in Portland, Oregon, as I mentioned. However, they're looking to expand, if you will, and put restaurants all over the U.S. The husband of one of the world's most famous athletes, Serena Williams. He runs an investment fund that will help business people open restaurants in their cities.
Just from a marketing standpoint, you can't name it the Sports Bra. That's kind of degrading, a little sexist. Because what's the first thing that I thought of? Is this like the tilted kilt? Is this Hooters, right? And that's, I don't think this seems to be the polar opposite of that. Of not being degrading and demeaning to women, to say we're going to prop you up because we're only going to show women's sports. And I get sports bar versus sports bra. Got to come up with a better name. Got to come up with a better
Is it as bad as the W?
It's actually worse, I think. I actually think this is worse.
All right, well, that's going to be, you can invest and then give them a better name.
I think that's really interesting. I think that's great.
Do you think that would really succeed, though?
Well, here's the thing. Now, there are a lot more options. It's not just, like, they have a professional volleyball league. Columbus has a professional volleyball team. Like, I know they've tried women's fast-pitch softball. Like, Akron had a team for a little while and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it obviously will peak during the WNBA season.
Which is right around the corner.
Yeah, they're starting really soon.
I think they have their first preseason game tonight.
Yeah,
actually.
I mean, that's... I get where they're going for it. I just... They need to change the name. Because you think... Tilted kilt, you think of Hooters.
So are you investing or are you...
Oh, I'm in. Yeah, change the name. We'll sit down, we'll brainstorm a better name. That name doesn't work. And to be honest with you, I've never been to a Hooters. What? There's
I was
not
just
one
at
around.
Hooters this weekend.
Where's there? Oh, you're in Cincinnati.
Yeah, because
I don't know. I literally do not know one around.
It was right around the corner.
I think before the Tilted Kilt closed, I think I was there once or twice. And to be completely honest with you, it doesn't do anything for me. If I'm going to go to a sports bar...
I mean, yeah, I don't go there for the
I'm going there for wings, beer, and the TV in my face. That's it.
I'll be honest.
I don't need anything else in my face. I got a TV in my face. I don't need anything else.
I certainly don't go to Hooters for the food.
I don't. Like, again, I've never been to a Hooters, so it's like, I'll just go to a sports bar, because you know that stuff's inflated, because that's kind of the angle to do, right? I get it. And, you know, if you enjoy adult entertainment, then just go to one of the clubs. Like, I don't know what to tell you. That stuff really doesn't do much for me.
There's no cover fee at Hooters, though.
Yeah, but also, like, I just what's the angle? To be creepy on some girl just trying to serve you some wings? Like, what's the point? I don't get it.
Is it different if, like, say I go to Hooters versus like a 60-year-old man?
It's more, I think.
Or am I at that point? It's still the same.
Both of those are kind of understandable at a point. Like,
yeah.
That's my other thing. Like, that's why I am happily married. I love my wife more. My kids and my wife are everything to me. I don't need to go watch some girl.
But I'm single as a Pringle.
You're different. And I'll tell you, Ryan, I went to those places when I was your age. I did because it's a thing to do as a single guy with your friends, right? Did we talk about going to the strip club as a single, like just one guy? Oh no, that was my text group, my friend. Like, isn't that not creepy to go by yourself to an adult club?
I would never go to a strip club. Yeah.
Bachelor parties, night out with your buddies, that's a lot different, right? And to each their own, do what you want. It's a free country. Those people are working there, hopefully, under their own volition. They're there on their own. That's fine. It just doesn't do much for me. It really doesn't. So I'm more about enjoying some wings and watching some football with a decently priced beer in front of me. That's it. That's all I really look for. I don't care if it's got some girl with you-know-what flying out or some 65-year-old guy with a beard down to his balls. I don't care. Just hand me my beer, buddy. Thank you very much. Do you know how to pour a beer? As long as you know how to pour me a good draft beer. That's all I care about. That's it. That's it. You know what I really care about.
Maybe we can get Hooters to sponsor our Immaculate Grid.
They're welcome on the show. I hear I'm crapping on them. They're welcome to the show. John Daly's a big fan. I know that. Are the wings as good as everybody says?
I've never had the wings.
What do you mean? What'd you go to get when you were there?
I was trying to be good because I knew I was going to be drinking beer all weekend. So I'm like, I got to get a nice chicken salad because I can't be greasing myself up before I'm already
up to coat your stomach,
before I'm already pounding beers left and right.
I know nothing. Like I said, I've never been to one, so I don't know. I've only ever heard their wings are immaculate.
I have heard that.
Yeah. Speaking of immaculate, here we go. You know how it goes, up and down, left and right. We got one yesterday. Can we go 2 for 2? Ryan, our statistical category, please.
10,000 yards passing in their career.
Go!
Cutler had to have it.
Yeah. The only question is, did he play for Washington? And I think he... No, I went to the Bears.
No idea.
All right, just go Cutler. You hesitated. You weren't sure. Stafford. No. Ah! Wait. No, wait a minute. Can you come up with another Lions quarterback?
Jared Goff.
Has he got 10,000 career? I guess 10,000 is not that much. You're right. Okay. Matthew Stafford, Jared.
I guess we could have done inverse, too. That would have made a difference.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. I actually would have felt better about that inverse, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but...
Yeah. Only one R in Jared. Yes. Jared Goff. Josh Allen. Okay. Bills Rams. Why am I screaming like not Shakur?
Von Miller.
Oh, Von Miller. Yeah.
He played for the Rams, right?
Yes. By the way, has time not passed Von Miller up, man? I think he's cooked.
He was hurt.
I know, but I think he's like done, man. I think he's out. All right. Washington.
Let's just knock out Rams Bears if we can.
Okay. I mean, they've had so many quarterbacks go through like Nathan Peterman comes to mind. Rams Bears. I don't feel like there's been wide receivers that have moved. Oh. Did Dante Foreman? I know he's with the Browns now. Does he not work there?
I know he was with the Bears.
And I
mean, he has been on 7 teams already, but I don't know if the Rams are one of them.
Dante Foreman. The Rams kind of sound... No. Yeah, Bears, no. I feel like there's a running back there. All right, can we divulge to some other ones? Because, like, Ryan Fitzpatrick, does he not work for the Bills and the Washington football team? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, just rip that one. I feel good about it. Yeah. Go ahead, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Lions, Washington. Did Jeff Okudah play for the Commanders? Or is he on them now?
No.
Is that where he got traded?
He started...
It was Detroit, then he went to
Atlanta. Yeah, if he's there, he might be there, but I don't think he's played a game yet. And actually, he's with the Texans now.
Okay.
So yeah, he doesn't count. No, not Jeff Okudah. Wait. I don't know why I think Nathan Peterman works for Bears Washington. No, he doesn't. Bills, Raiders, Bears, Saints for Nathan Peterman. Damn it. Damn. All right, kickers, nothing. Quarterbacks, nothing.
Oh. Did Joey Sly play for the Bears?
I don't think so. Washington, yes. And I don't think he ever kicked for Detroit. Bears, it doesn't ring a bell. Does not ring a bell. All right, just ripping legacy players here. Bears. Brandon Marshall, don't think so. I maybe had to rip one. It might be the Rams, but I don't think so. Like Vernon Davis, don't think so. Adrian Peterson played for Washington, but I don't think he played for either one of those other squads. No. Bears?
Lions, I thought. Did he play there a year?
Did he?
Maybe not.
I don't know.
It's one of those things I'm putting
I
in
don't
my
know.
mind.
We're stretching here a little bit. Adrian Peterson. Go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead.
Is it right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
You were right. Yeah. No, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. That one. Yeah. Yep. Good call. Well done. All right. Okay. All right. Bears. Oh, what?
Montez Sweat.
Oh, yeah. All right.
He literally just got traded this season.
Yeah. That's right.
All right, we got to hit this. We got
to finish this out here. I'm gravitating running backs. I keep going back to a running back. Damn.
No, Sony Michel didn't play for the Bears.
I don't think so. Looks good in my head. I know that, but I don't think so. Yeah, I'm trying to think like failed Browns or failed draft picks for the Bears. Eric Dickerson? No, he played obviously he played with LA, and then after went to the Raiders. That's what I was thinking of. He went Colts, then Raiders, then Falcons. No Bears. Oh, crap.
Like guys like Van Jefferson, Tutu Atwell.
No. We got to start. We need to keep thinking about
Deshaun Jackson never played for the Bears, did he? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Brandon Cooks? No. What about like the Kurt Warner-led Rams? You know what I mean? Like the Torrey Holt? No. Damn, man. Son of a gun. Bears, Rams.
Who are all the Bears quarterbacks we can think of? Just name them all. Caleb Williams, Justin Fields, Mike Lennon.
Again, like Peterman. Who was the guy? Well, he just there. He doesn't count. He started those games. He was the D2 guy that nobody had ever heard of, but he just got there, so he doesn't count. Taylor Heineke.
Mike Lennon didn't play for the Rams, did he?
I don't think so. No. Damn, man. I don't know. I feel like we've stalled out here a little bit.
We got 1 minute.
Again, I think we got to go to like a prior past. You know what I mean? Like we got to go back to legacy type of guys. And I don't know if I got any.
Josh Johnson, do we rip it?
You could try.
No. Greg Zerline didn't kick for the Bears. Like Cody Parkey, Eddie Pinheiro.
Gotta rip one. I would say probably rip Josh Johnson. Or would Josh McCown be better? I know Josh McCown played for the Bears. I don't think he ever played for the Rams. But at least Josh McCown, I know played for.
Robert Woods didn't play for the Bears. Allen Robinson.
Oh my God, Ryan! Yes!
Right?
Yes! Right?
Yes.
Yes. Gotta be. You beast! Yes! Yes!
What a buzzer beater. I knew there was a guy, a receiver. I knew it. That's 2
Click
in a row.
on it anyway. I want to see. Go down and click on it anyway.
Rams, Bears.
Rams, Bears. Yeah. There's a running back gnawing at me.
Orlando Pace, Leonard Floyd, Robert Quinn. Rushing, I don't recognize.
Nobody?
him.
Nobody? Maybe I'm missing then.
Receivers. Again.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah. Queen Allen Robinson.
Hell
really
yeah.
soft.
Hell yeah. Woo. Let's go. Well done. That's how you do the grid, baby. That's how you get ready for a Cavs victory tonight. Guardians victory tonight. Started out strong there with the grid. All right, let's catch our final break of the morning. Come back. We'll jump into timeout. We'll get you to go for the Cavs tonight as well. Remind you of our boost on Tipico. Stay with us. Fontana Show right here on Big Play.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
It's just, that's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yap.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
How does an Ohioan build the perfect parlay?
Who's got something? Big guys looking for long odds. The kids in Columbus are covering better than anyone, and at even odds. If it's even, I'm leaving. Listen, our championship DVD starts today, all right? Dude, I just got an invite to a Cincy playoff watch party. Shut up. Cincy, State, Cleveland, the perfect parlay. I'm a genius.
For the best odds on Ohio sports, bet with your cojones.
It is Spanish, dummy.
Bet with Typical Sportsbook.
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
Fontana Show right here. Big Play. Welcome back. Streaming on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, at Matt Fontana Show. Drop us a follow. Get in on our giveaway for our beautiful Quanbelievable shirt. Excuse me. Check that out, at Matt Fontana Show on Twitter. But we start with a little bit of time up today as well. 3rd of May. What do we got? 2021. Browns post-draft Super Bowl odds dropped from 18-1 to 16-1. There must have been big fans of Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah and Greg Newsome, right? That was 2021. Was it not?
Well, we just had to pick up his 5th-year option, so that means he's going into year 4. So yeah,
and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah was on the last year of his deal.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Look at us, Matt.
Yeah, 100%. Did you see the list, by the way, are the ones they decline. Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Mac Jones.
Najee Harris now.
Kadarius Toney, Najee Harris. And then I thought this was interesting, too. Did you see that Rashad Bateman doesn't even qualify because he hasn't played enough?
Well, they just extended him.
Right, but he didn't even qualify for the fifth-year option because he's been so hurt.
Which, I don't know why they extended him.
They're weird with receivers there in Baltimore. Like, you would think if they got some talent. Like, and again, I like Rashad Bateman. I think Zay Flowers is going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
But it seemed like it was just Mark Andrews for a while. You know, as much as Burrow wanted an offensive line, I think that's how bad Lamar wanted receivers. And it's kind of the same tack. We're just going to throw everything we can at these positions while still drafting, you know, I'm going to say Kyle Stanley. Kyle Hamilton.
Draft a receiver at 30.
Well, they went
Nate Wiggins, cornerback.
Yeah, defense back, right, yeah. Well, they need some help because their defense backfield got Remember when they had Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphrey and everybody's like, oh, my God. Not quite the same anymore. Yeah. But you got Kyle Hamilton. He's like fucking game record, man.
God,
he's so good. So good. But they need the receivers there. That they do. This day, 2020, the final 2 episodes of The Last Dance premiered. We talked about it when the premiere happened with it. The biggest thing was the stories about Rodman. The flu game was actually a food poisoning pizza game. And it was a giant Michael Jordan propaganda piece. But still, I thought it was fun to watch. I think we're getting into that more. We'll get a LeBron one day. You know, we'll get... But
what do you think the title will be? Ooh.
It's a good question.
Oh, by the way, did you see Belichick is confirmed for the Tom Brady roast?
Yeah.
I think it's Sunday already. I think it's this week.
Is it not? Yeah, it's the 5th. It's the 5th. I think it's, Sunday.
You said
I'll catch it on the replay. Yeah. I'll catch it on the replay. I don't know if I'll watch it live, but LeBron's, I don't know why, a kid from Akron, kind of like just, you know, that someone's been sent around like him. The thing is...
We were all witnesses.
Yeah, I think he tried to get away from that a little bit.
I haven't heard that in a while.
I know. I think he tried to get away from that. He also, I kind of think, got away from the Chosen One stuff. That, I know, annoyed some people. And like, if you're really religious, like some people aren't really like that. I get it.
Something with the king.
But the thing is, I wanted to be like of his whole career. But what they're going to do is, like this season coming up, if LeBron deep down knows that it's his final year, he's going to tell a film crew, we're going doing everything. I don't want that. I want he left for Miami. He came back to Cleveland. Game 7 in Oracle. That's the stuff. And the thing is, do you have the actual behind? Like, you can't create footage from 10 years ago if it's not there. So, like, The Last Dance, they were filming it because they knew that this was it. So they had all this footage. But what I really want and what I really liked about The Last Dance was I want LeBron sitting in a chair with a glass of red wine talking stories. And then I want them to cut to Kevin Love or Ty Lue or Kyrie Irving, right? I liked that. I don't need these guys together. I want them in separate pieces sitting down and telling their stories or telling this side of it, stuff like that. I'll watch the hell out of that documentary. That's going to be a lot of fun. And you know it's going to happen. You know it'll happen. So I'm excited to see when it finally does. This day, well, it's my thing, but I left for Ireland this day, 2019. Ireland, we went to Italy and Ireland. Those are the 2 like out-of-country trips I've been on. Ireland kicked so much ass. Ireland was so much. I highly recommend, if you have the means, to go to Ireland.
My top 3 I want to go to are Greece, Ireland, and Egypt.
Egypt would be cool.
Egypt have to see the pyramids for that.
In person? Yeah, I get it. Ireland, really cool. Dublin was awesome, but then we did Dublin, Cork, and Kerry. Did the whole ring there. We didn't do the ring of Kerry, but we went on like a bus tour with it. Really fun stuff. This day, 2017, round 2, game 2. Cavs beat the Raptors 124-103. LeBron had 39 points and in the process passed Kareem for second all-time in just playoff scoring this day, 2017. This day, 1979. The NFL draft. Tom Cousineau goes number 1 to Buffalo. Browns took Willis Adams, number 20, a wide receiver, out of Houston. We go back to 1977, the NFL draft. Ricky Bell, a running back, goes number 1 to Tampa Hall of Famer Tony Dorsett went number 2.
Will we in the next 30 years,
No.
Matt?
Never see a running back go 1. Not happening. Nope. You can't see running backs go in the first round anymore. The Browns select Robert Jackson, number 17 out of USC, and Cleveland's own, the late great, Mr. Gary Jeter, went number 5 to the Giants. This day, 1966, the game Twister debuted on the Johnny Carson show, skyrocketing sales. Can't tell you the last time I played Twister. Not really. What's your favorite board game?
Board game?
Board game. Like you actually have to unfold a board. Monopoly,
Clue.
Clue
I think
is
Clue.
goated.
I love Clue.
Battleship.
Monopoly's really fun. It's just
Shoots and ladders.
you gotta play Monopoly 2 weeks in advance.
Well, Monopoly is hard if you actually do like 10% of this and you got to sit down and do it. Like actually play. As a kid, you never knew actually how to play Monopoly.
I just played this new board game. I think it's called Villainous. It's like a
Okay.
Disney one. It's like I can't even explain it. It was one of the best board games I've played in forever.
I just Googled the best board games.
Yeah.
Monopoly, Mind the Gap, Forbidden Island, Settlers of Catan. Is that a thing? That's from Parks and Rec, was it not?
I don't know.
I think you played it in there.
I know people love Risk.
Risk, I used to play Risk with my buddies in high school, but again, a very long,
Isn't that the one where you like
intricate
take over the world?
You take over, you got to move armies
This
around.
isn't a board game, but did you ever play Plague Inc?
No.
It's like a phone
No.
game. It's so fun.
Best phone game for my money is Heads Up. You ever play that's the Ellen DeGeneres game? That's fun. We have a couple beverages at a party.
I'm so goated.
Oh, Heads Up is a
promise
fun
you.
game. We could do that on the show.
I'm a monster at it.
We could technically do Heads Up on the show because the camera is on me.
Yeah, we could easily do it.
I mean, I have it downloaded.
I do too. Maybe instead of torturing people with Immaculate Grid.
We could do that. I have to re-download it. Hang on. Because there's the question: would you see it on the screen, like with the camera shot?
Well, what I could do is I could put like, for instance, I could put it on me, and I could do.
Here, I have a
I
have a Batman deck.
I could do this. They can see it.
But what I'm saying-
I just can't cheat and look at the screen.
That's what I'm saying.
I
But
would
like,
do.
on the screen, I don't think people can see it.
Yeah, they can.
They can't. I can't make out the letters on the screen.
I can.
Can you? So you're seeing it, so you know
I
it's.
see this one, but what I
Okay.
would do is I wouldn't look here.
All right, look. All right, look. I don't know what that is. Go down, or go up. Sorry. Yeah, pass. Keanu Reeves goes like
Matrix.
this. Yes, correct. Made $1 bajillion. James Cameron, the new one.
Avatar.
Yes. Before your time, a police officer gets hurt. He comes back.
No, not Eagle. RoboCop.
Yes. A ballet movie and they make
Black
out.
Swan.
Yeah, that's right. Sad movie, animated, hulking massive thing, and he's got to fly up to stop the rocket, and he dies. Everybody cries at the end. Go up. You haven't seen it. Go up. Don't know what that is. Done. Time's up.
What was the rocket?
Iron Giant. You ever see the Iron
Oh,
Giant?
nah.
Spoiler alert. He goes up.
Well,
and
now I can't watch it.
yeah. I just don't know if people would see it if we did it.
No, they can definitely see it.
I have a Batman deck. I paid money for a Batman.
I paid
deck.
money for a Avengers one.
That's a good one. All right, maybe Heads Up coming to the show here. We'll figure that out. All right, we continue on with Time Hop. This day, 1952, the Kentucky Derby aired on TV for the first time. By the way, we had Ken Miles on this week from Big Play. He has a horse, Seize the Gray, running an earlier race, but that is on TV on NBC. God, what's the name of the race? Ken just emailed us about it too. Stand by. $245, the Pat Day Mile. $245. It's a 1 mile race at Churchill Downs for 3-year-olds. He had, unfortunately, his horse was on the brink of getting into the Kentucky Derby. They pulled him out. They put him in the Pat Day Mile. Oh, wow. He's got one of the higher ratings of any of the horses in this race. Huh. All right. All right. So Seize the Gray, $245 tomorrow Pat Day Mile. Go get it done with the Derby, of course, tomorrow. This day, 1952, Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Fletcher landed a plane on the North Pole for the first time in history. How do you know he's at the North Pole? Sando?
I think it's what? The North Pole is ice covering water, and the South is ice covering land.
I did not know that.
Or it's either that or the opposite. I know one covers water, one covers land.
Did not know that. The only thing with the poles that I find interesting is that you know about grounding. You should ground yourself every day.
Yeah, with your feet.
With your feet. You should go outside barefoot, and it's got to be grass, dirt, or like sand. And you're supposed to stand there for like 20 minutes. And there are guys that will hold voltage meters, and it shows that literally the earth will suck, the electricity, it'll ground you. As much as we're on all our phones and stuff, we should probably be doing that more. This day, 1936, Joe DiMaggio made his Major League debut. Very happy birthday goes out to Greg Gumbel, Sugar Ray Robinson, Ty Lue, future Lakers head coach, Brooks Koepka, the late great Mr. Dwayne Haskins, James Brown, not that one, the other one, and Bing Crosby and Ricky Smith. Shout out to Riccone celebrating a birthday today. Just one movie for you today. We go back to 2000. Launched a trilogy of this superhero movie that has been redone twice since. A superhero trilogy that still is in high regard for a lot of people. And it's also created a lot of memes.
A lot of memes.
A lot of memes. How did that get in there? You can't do this to me.
How did that get in there? Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is correct.
Isn't that how'd that get in there? Isn't that from that's not from Spider-Man though, is it?
Yeah, it is Tobey Maguire.
I didn't think that was. I know it's Tobey Maguire, but was that Spider-Man?
I don't know about the first one, but it's like they opened his. I think was he trying to propose to Mary Jane or something? I'm almost positive that was from Spider-Man.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Right? What's it from?
How did that get in there?
How did that get in there? Yeah, they're at the dinner. They're at the fancy dinner. I think he was trying to. Oh, that was Spider-Man 3. That was Spider-Man 3. So it was part of the series. But yes, the original Spider-Man came out this day, 2002. So there you go with a little bit of time. All right, back to the Cavs for tonight. Remind everybody of our boost. Let's go. We got it. Here we go. We're cold, Ryan.
Oh, the Bills just figured out their wide receiver problem.
Why?
They signed Chase Claypool.
How does he keep getting jobs? How does he keep getting jobs is my question on that. All right, here's our boost for tonight. Cavs, a little bit of action. Ryan, break it down. You wanted to go big spread. We just need to see it go through, as you said. You don't feel like the Cavs are going to win tonight?
No, I don't. But we're going over 23.5 Donovan Mitchell points. Cavaliers plus 8.5. And Max Strus over 3.5 rebounds, boosted to plus 199.
I already got it in. Big play. Typico. Code Fontana 150. The other code is Big Play 150. It doesn't matter. You can use either one. Gonna get the same thing, folks. You deposit $150. You'll get two $75 protected bets there with Typico. We're pushing the cashback rewards. Back in the month of March, $1 million passed back out to the people that bet on Typico. I was a part of that. Ryan was a part of that. You can be a part of it as well with Typico. Get signed up. Use that code Fontana 150 when you sign up. Deposit and bet. Just deposit $150. You'll get two $75 protected bets, and you're off to the races. You can get all the betting in that you need. You got basketball going on. You got baseball. You got NHL. You got it all with our friends at Typico. Excited for tonight. Ready to go. How are you feeling better? You were down on the Cavs this morning. You texted me this morning on the way in saying you didn't feel good about the Cavs getting a win.
No, I don't.
Why?
I told you why. They're yet to win a playoff game on the road under JB
Gotta break that
Bickerstaff.
trend.
They looked absolutely abysmal on the road in the friend game 3 and 4. I think it's just hard at this point to have faith that they're going to show up in Orlando again.
I get that I'm really grasping at straws trying to say, like, oh, well, the Cavs have just shown you all these things. We'll turn it around. It'll be fine. I really am hoping that we can turn this a little bit and get to the way I think the Cavs should play, the mentality that I think the Cavs should be. And it's all in front of you tonight. I want to see it because I want to see them put a little pressure on themselves to close this out. Pat Beverly has apologized. He indicated in a video showing him throwing a ball that it was misleading, but later added, I have to be better. is what he said. This just came down literally 10 minutes ago from ESPN News Service.
Can't tell if he's talking about his game or the situation.
Yeah, there's her. He replied on a video post to the video. Not fair at all. Exchange between a fan and our ball club all night. We were warned and asked for help all night. Not fair. But then he also... Oh, wait a minute. Okay.
That sounds like he's making an excuse.
Okay, so he tweeted this out last night saying, we asked them to try to take care of this player, this fan, all night, and they didn't do anything. I'm watching the video again. Where he just... Oh, yeah. Oh, my... Yeah, dude. He just whips it at her.
That's what I'm saying.
Thankfully, she, like, kind of laughs and turns, and he does it again. So, apparently, he sent another one this morning saying, I have to be better. Let me see. Oh, this was 7 o'clock this morning. I have to be better, and I will. I have to be better, and I will. So that is just talking about the basketball incident. Is he going to talk about what he did after the game? I don't know. But I'll put it this way. Just even for him, there had better be an apology coming out to Melinda Adams. Excuse me. He better do that today. Because that is... Okay, here's the thing. What's the worst look? I actually, like... The media thing bothers me. That bothers me. You can't be throwing basketballs at people, but the media thing where you deal with that every single day. You're supposed to be better than that. Dude, bad look. I hope he sends out their apology today. He deserves it, or he'd better do it. We deserve it. The fans deserve it. Certainly Melinda Andrews does. Or excuse me, Melinda Adams deserves that as well. All right, I'm back in on the Cavs for tonight. I know you're feeling not great. 3.5 point spread. Can I get you some trends in our plays for later tonight as well, Ryan? Let's get to it. What do we got tonight? We'll start with the Cavs. 3-4 in some places. Dog against the Orlando Magic. So we start. Cavs are coming in 6-13 against the spread their last 19 games. They're only 2-4 against the spread their last 6 games against Orlando, but 9-4 straight up in their last 13. Cavs are riding a 5-game losing streak on the road, and they're only 3-10 in their last 13 games on the road against Orlando. For the Magic, 2-4 against the spread their last 6 games, but only 3-6 straight up. They are on a 6-game home win streak. I guess the play could be tonight is the under. It's at an even 200. Total has gone under 13 of Orlando's last 20 games when they have played as the favorite. I actually kind of like the over. If I like the Cavs to win tonight, which I kind of do, got to take the over. All right, late game tonight. Clippers taking on the Mavericks. This is in Dallas. This is a big one. This is an 8-point spread on the side of Dallas. Clippers just 2-6 against the spread their last 8 games. 2-6 straight up in their last 8. But they play well on the road. Clippers are 7-2 straight up in their last 9 games on the road and 14-5 against the spread their last 19 games on the road against Dallas. You flip it over for the Mavericks, 13-5 against the spread their last 8, 15-5 straight up in their last 20. Under seems to be the play. Under 12 out of Dallas's last 15 games at home and 10 out of their last 13 games against the Clippers. What's the over-under on that game? 207. Low totals. I'll take both dogs tonight. I will take the Cavs to win outright. I will take the Clippers +8. I don't know if they're going to win, but I will take them +8. Your thoughts, Ryan?
I will take...
Don't say it.
That's what I'm not going to say.
Fine. Don't say it.
And I will take Mavericks -8.
Okay. All right. Oh, all right. So we differ completely on ours. Pick your side and play it on them. Appreciate everybody's support. We had a fantastic week here on the show. Thank you so much for that. Following at Matt Fontana's show, drop us there. And also with the retweet for our t-shirt giveaway over the weekend. Coming up today, we have Big Play, Big Bets, and
Booby's World.
Booby World today with a little bit of Booby and Rafa. How the hell are they doing that? Rafa's got to be, obviously he's on the road.
Yeah.
That'll be fun, though. Nonetheless, get your basketball fix with Booby's World today. Big Play, Big Bets, and all the replays of all of our shows. Check it out, bigplay.com. Follow Big Play on Twitter. We are on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch at Matt Fontana Show. And as always, appreciate your support. Enjoy the hell out of the weekend. Get it done, Cavs. Get it done, guards.
Final poll results. Cavs in 6 is winning.
Good.
So
Keep it that way. Let's get it done. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday. For Ryan Tyler, I am Matt Fontana. As always,